Hello everyone. Today I want to give you guys 5 interesting facts about Mobil One, their new motor oil annual protection that is good for 1 year or 20,000 miles. This product just came out on the market, and few things that I was able to find out through research, very interesting facts about this new product that they have come out. One of the things that I want to point out is, as there is a saying, history repeats itself. Did the Mobil repeat its own history? To some extent, yes. I'm not going to go into details, but if you're interested, ask me. First fact that I want to point out, if you read information available on their website is and watch their videos, that they use 3 cars to test the oil in 3 cars. One of the cars were Lexus SUV, there were Ford and Chevy, and they're all turbocharged. What's interesting that I want to point out is cars were tested in the lab environment. They weren't tested on the road. If you watch the video carefully, you can see they strapped them with the chains in the lab to some kind of testing equipment, and they ran them in the lab. In the lab environment, it was perfect, clean, no dust, no start and stop, and no cold start. So temperature was ideal for everything, for testing. It was perfect for the oil. It never went down below freezing temperature, so oil didn't really have the chance to break down to the point where you would see sludge buildup or anything of that nature. According to their website, they said the car engine speed was maintained an average of 1900 RPM, revolution per minute. In real life, it's pretty much not possible to maintain 1900 RPM speed, engine speed. It's only in the lab. Next that I want to point out, the car engine was never stressed to the extreme heat like it would in real life. If you test a car in real life, there will be extreme heat, extreme cold, things of that nature, but in the lab it was perfect. Because it was in the lab, it was never driven on the actual road in real life. Car engine oil maintained same temperature through the testing because it was in environmentally controlled test facility. Fact number 2. Why Lexus was selected as a final car for displaying actual engine condition? What about your other cars? What about Chevy and Ford? Why won't they show any details or anything? They would not show engine components for those 2 cars. Well, the reason why they displayed on the Lexus, because it was the cleanest engine and it had the least wear on the engine. So basically the other 2 cars, they either never made 220,000, engines failed, or the other option, again it's my assumption, it had developed so much sludge buildup and the wear and tear on the engine, the company decided, why show the worst while we have the best? Out of 3, Lexus was chosen to be the cleanest and had the least wear on the engine. Fact number 3, 20,000 miles on oil, I believe is just it looks like to me, actually, based on what information they provide online, is just a marketing trick. 20,000. Because if you look close enough, 20,000 is only good for driving in the lab with perfect conditions. Because they have all those exceptions. If the car is driving in towing, excessive idling, racing, it disqualifies from 20,000 mile change interval. The other thing I want to point out is no real life driving test results. So this oil was only tested in the lab conditions. The car was in the lab, it was never tested in a real life condition. So that's something to look at it, can it actually perform, can it actually be used for 20,000 in real life situation? It's a good question, don't know. Next thing, Only under normal perfect conditions this oil can be used according to their information and according to the bottle. The only time can be used. And the other thing that I want to mention, according to their website, even on the bottle it says factory recommended oil change interval should follow to avoid disruption in your vehicle warranty. Interesting. If you read in the bottle in the back, it says actually if your vehicle covered by the warranty, follow vehicle oil life sensor or the oil change interval recommended by your owner's manual. Extended service is not recommended in severe, and so on. So they basically tell you up front. So you should not be using this oil for 20,000 if you have your warranty. Follow your factory recommended. Interesting fact, right? You know, fact, that was third fact. You know, it's only good in the lab. They say in the back and say on their website, you know what I mean? If your car has a warranty, you should be following what's recommended by owner's manual. Fourth fact, why turbo on Lexus show no signs of wear and was clean? Very interesting, you know what I mean? They picked the Lexus, but why there wasn't any sludge buildup? You know, the turbo parts were clean. Well, here's the thing. Lab conditions, oil never got hot enough to start breaking down, and once the oil breaks down, then you start having the sludge build up. That's why the turbo parts were clean, because they never got hot enough, because there was never racing the engine high speed at the high temperatures, and the turbo was just running at an average constant speed, and the oil temperature was constant too, because it was in the lab conditions. That's what they say on their website. It was tested in the lab. And the fifth fact that I want to point out to you guys, 20,000 to get 20,000 miles with this oil, you gotta use their Mobil oil filter. Yes, you cannot run this oil for 20,000 without using their filter. It says in the bottle and it says on their website. And the other thing that I want to point out, interesting thing, that why Lexus was the only car that passed, or they passed the test basically, or was used to display the parts. What about other two cars? Are they trying to convince people that this particular oil is good only for the Lexus? What about other cars? Why won't they show the other parts of the cars? Why won't they even give any information on it? You know what I mean? It's something to ask, questioning attitude. Why? Are they trying to market that this is good only for Lexus? And for other cars, you should be following factory recommended interval service? Interesting, don't know. And so that's what it is, this is the bottle. Same information there online. If you are a person who strongly believes in Mobil products, leave a comment. What do you think about this oil? Would you trust your car, or would you trust this brand of oil, or not even brand? Would you trust this type of oil for your vehicle to be in the engine for 20,000? Would you trust this oil for 20,000 miles in your car? Or you will still follow the factory recommended oil change intervals? Or you would even consider this type of oil in your car? Leave a comment. What do you guys think? For those who are big fans, big users of Mobil One, believe strongly in Mobil One, leave your comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you found online in addition to what I have pointed out. Car were tested in the lab. Lexus was selected as the final car. 20 miles change interval looks like it's only for the lab conditions, because in real life, with all the exceptions, well, you know what I mean. You're not gonna be driving in perfect conditions. It doesn't exist, basically. Turbos were clean, well, because in a lab condition, and you gotta use their oil filter to get 20,000. So is it really realistic or not? So that's pretty much it. Not much else I can say about this product, These are the 5 facts, and let me know what you think about it. Would you use it for 20,000 or not? Enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe.